Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Sci-Fi Cinema. We got two more great episodes of Andromeda for you. First one, Be All My Sins Remembered. Got big stage. Greetings, Emerald Teague. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, buddy? Just firing up the Cosme now.
Yeah, just in time. Our opening quote for this episode: I trust poison, the stars to wink out, and you, my love, and you. Lyrics from The Void by Minstrel D. Bach, some made up name in
Is it some cut?
universe.
Oh, is it? It's not.
Yeah,
It's not a late '90s rapper.
no. It's meant to sound something like that, but it's just a made up name. Okay. If you want to watch along, both the links for Cosme are pinned in the chats at the top. Let's get this started.
Yeah. I can't wait to see this week's episode. I'm rolling in on this after a long Doctor Who marathon.
Hopefully, it's a good Doctor Who.
I turned it on in the middle of something. It was a Tom Baker Doctor Who. And then,
Oh, so pretty good.
yeah, and on the BBC Sling channel, they can't seem to sell the commercial time. So what's going on is it's BBC America Doctor Who channel. So during the commercials, it's just facts and trivia about Doctor Who. This
Oh,
guy's back.
nice.
We see him less and less as this show goes on.
Yeah, he has about one season left.
Career heating up as a soap opera star, correct?
Yeah.
Have you ever watched the soap opera to check out his work?
No, you couldn't pay me enough money to watch one of those things.
When I was in college, there was nothing to do between classes except sit in the college union, and the TV was turned on to soap operas. I did watch like a whole year of like all my children and the Young and the Restless.
Yeah, sorry, I'm
Hey,
late.
Gorilla.
Oh, I lost track of time there.
Oh, that's okay. That's how my entire day has been.
You know that feeling. Hello.
Hey, they updated the beginning to have the right trance in it.
Well, they probably didn't want to give away in the show.
It took them an episode or so to do it.
Oh yeah, I wasn't here last week. Ugh.
They weren't very creative with some of these names.
It's funny. It's basically this is just about the production level of Doctor Who. The Doctor Who I just watched.
Yeah. Flagship Sci-Fi in 1978 to bottom of the barrel in 2000.
What's weird is you can overcome your not so great set, but you cannot fix a bad story. The Doctor Who episodes I watched had like obvious campiness, but it was a lot more enjoyable than it was better than the 2 hours I spent watching that Alien movie. It's better than Alien Rom. 2 hours better spent than Alien Romulus. Not that movie was horrible.
Yeah. And they're just inviting themselves along.
They've made a few decent in-universe decisions about where to go buy their futuristic clothing because it's still off the rack, but it's starting to look more coherent. Like they got an idea of what they're doing.
Yeah. They're all shopping at the same section of Hot Topic now.
She's going to Hot Topic. They're like all over Century 21 for him.
I'll be right back.
You should be more worried about Tyr killing people.
Nice ad blocker action there. Shields with slight variance in the port shields.
Yeah, that's all on Tubi. Very personable, isn't he? And of course, they're getting shot at. Yeah, might as well know about the reason you're gonna die in that minefield.
Oh, Germ, I'll be getting rid of StreamYard.
Yeah, I assumed that when they bumped up the price.
Yeah.
You got
Now,
a alternative lined up?
I was thinking Restream. It's only $13 a month.
Sounds good.
I don't know. What about you, Teague?
I'm gonna have to look and see where I'm at with the subscription and what they charge me for, and think about it like 1 month at a time. Wait till someone else discovers the way to do it, because
Look into Restream.
I am technically inept. I'm not going to experiment with it until someone else tells me that. You know what I mean? Like, I want the ability to get a first-hand account before I change.
So you can be the canary in the coal mine, Gorilla.
Well, I'm definitely not paying 44 fucking bucks for what they care.
Yeah, it's doubled, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say they're getting to the best
Check
season. They're
it.
gonna give us a commercial. Oh, froze up. Come on, show us her titties. Come on, come on.
This was network television, Gorilla. You're not even gonna get close.
Oh yeah. You're in the middle of doing it. You telling them don't lie to you. Okay, let's see how well that works.
Yep. It's sort of like a clip show with a character that was never on there. I highly doubt that. Did she really think the Nietzscheans had a whole bunch of computers just sitting on the shelf?
Huh?
So he's an arms dealer with a heart of gold. Only sells the freedom fighters. That should show you never give your boyfriend access to your computers. not much of a promise when the ship is about to blow up.
It's just me, or is it really leggy today?
Not on this end. Teague, are you having trouble with it?
Looks good to me. I'm on my lappy, so
Yeah, but causes don't make you rich.
tell that to the president of Sweet Baby.
That's a cause everyone can understand. It causes yourself. And Sweet Baby Inc., I guarantee you she believes in that whole mess just about as much as Becca believes in that whole freedom fighting thing. I see you got some upgrades. I don't know, the arm's okay, but the chest plate's a little tacky.
Huh? Mhm.
Well, yeah, they'll show up to your funeral because they want to make sure you're dead.
Wait, Dylan was Black Ops?
Yep. Hey, you're the one who stepped on the landmine. Here's wildest dream come true.
We have tech that can fake that message. Why aren't they a little more suspect? There was tech then that could fake that message. Not as good, but
Well, we're not exactly dealing with the sharpest tools in the shed now, are we? A half toaster, would be dictator, his idiot girlfriend, and whatever that thing is.
yeah, but I gotta give it up this time. It's sort of for a change for the first time ever.
Yeah, now he's rather unequipped to do any of that for her.
Was that thing supposed to blow if he tries getting out?
Yeah. You'd think he'd know better than to leave the dumb one around Hunt. It really wasn't fair putting him in there with Hunt. Just too scared to make the big decisions.
Oh, Jeremy, I can only stick around for this episode.
Okay.
Hey, we got a vulture
Hey,
and
Boomer.
we got Boomer. Hey, Boomer, he goes, hello.
Good to see you, buddy.
Oh, the vulture was Boomer before he logged into Cosmic.
Okay.
By the way, here's my StreamYards deal.
Yeah.
I'm already paid up for the year.
Ah. So they hit you with that automatic renewal.
I'm putting a number in the private chat.
Oh, not bad.
I have completed the transmission.
That's a very good deal.
I think I got it right before it was taken away. Boomer knows the ladies. Would you like to explore them, my friend? This chick has really got something going on. There's a couple of moments here where I wouldn't have laughed if Chakotay had walked down the same hallway. They've built up some sets and stuff like that.
Yeah, it took them a while, but everything is coming together. They're getting more consistent.
Unfortunately, they may have squandered what goodwill they had, right?
To a point, things are already sort of falling apart with they had to get rid of the Rev Bim actor. Tier is gonna be leaving next season.
Yeah. All right, Jerem, I got to get going. I'll see you at the cigar lounge tonight.
Yeah.
All righty.
Hey, girl.
All right, see ya.
Later, girl.
I think this one's a much better episode.
But by the way, listen to how cheated I was by God and nature. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm so stupid and so optimistic that even though I don't have ESPN, I had to see the Jet game.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
This is a problem that afflicts Yankee fans. If you don't pay for the Yankees, you got to go to the bar. But it costs as much as going to the bar to go to get like a whole season of the Yankees, or like 3 months of the Yankees. So I had 3 beers. The bartender bought me back the 4th one. It cost me $35, and it was the worst fucking game I've ever seen in my goddamn life. I paid for that.
3 beers cost you $35.
I tipped, and I had to get there, so I had to.
You don't have much of a sales tax, do you?
What? No. Why? Is that affordable? It was 4 beers for $35. Which I
If
would
you're
point out
talking
is
bottles,
not a lot of beer to drink over the course of an entire football game.
let's see here. At my local bar, a bottle of Heineken will cost you $11 with
That's
sales tax and everything like that.
fucking insane. While I'm not like really sober, the crazy cost of alcohol and the taxes on it have made a slight teetotaler of me. But listen to the kicker of this. After the Jets shank 2 field goals and somehow lose that fucking game like a bunch of assholes, because this is a bad year for Buffalo, and we do that.
Oh, I understand shanked kicks. The Washington Huskies did the same thing this weekend.
Well, we were playing against a team that's known for, shanked field goals.
Yeah.
Buffalo, they're not going to be this bad again for a while. And Aaron Judge just kind of, Aaron Judge. The Yankees won, then the Mets won. That's when I knew that I was like, the Jets can win because everyone else won. They'll do it for New York. So of course, what happened. But I think
no,
by far
because
the
they
worst,
won, the Jets had to lose. Keep it balanced.
I think by far the meanest and most unfair part is 4 beers in 3.5 hours. This is not excessive drinking. Horrible hangover. Horrible hangover. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. The new policy started December 1st, right? Or it
I
started
think so. Or October
whatever,
1st.
as of November, October 1st. Yeah. I'm having a hard time getting by this month, but if once I get past this nut, I'll be okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be very hard on a lot of streamers. It's guys, it's a significant price increase from StreamYard. Significant.
Yeah. Plus 100%.
But you got dark mode now.
Yeah. So you can't see the price coming at you.
I didn't.
He's always complaining about the ship breaking up, but he's the one who gets it shot at.
Ready for Teague's weird flex? Here we go.
Sure.
Guess who I talked to today?
Who's that?
Tom and Andre.
Hey, that's nice.
Yeah, I used my Midnight's Edge membership and I jumped in a StreamYard with them. They hung out for like an hour talking to people, and I got to ask them a few Star Trek questions. You can
Nice.
feel Andre sigh audibly, like he doesn't do it. He's muted or something, but you can feel the audible sigh. Like I think he's come to loathe Star Trek.
That's understandable considering what they've made the last few years. Except for that
I
whole
think
Lower Decks thing. I heard good thing about Lower Decks.
I've heard great things about Lower Decks.
I'm sure she'll be okay. Because, funny thing, none of those people are dead. They are undead. Gas mask and a spacesuit. I guess whatever you need to get around in a situation. Yeah, the tablet's important. It's actually pretty advanced looking for 2002. Better than what they had on Atlantis. He had that a huge, maybe 1.5 by 1 foot tablet he had to use. Funny thing is, they don't actually need to talk to each other. Off topic, but what did you guys think of Stargate Universe? Darker than its predecessors, but I like dark. I didn't think it really fit for Stargate. And I saw the idea was sound, but the execution really wasn't there. Then, as it went on, I think they got a little desperate. They threw in that ancient communication device to start talking to Earth again, and that's when you know they really didn't know what they were doing. I don't know, did you ever see Stargate Universe, Pig?
I am totally the wrong. Sorry, I'm totally the wrong guy on Stargate. I didn't watch much of them, but like that was a really active time of my life. I was doing a lot of stuff. I basically had time to cram in Star Trek. I was like, like those shows run parallel to all the lesser Star Treks. I kept up mostly with them, but like life was just happening a lot.
Understandable. Oh, you know it's bad when she's refusing drugs. Being old, I was settled down and married when all the Stargate shows came out. My wife liked them all. Oh, that's really lucky for you, Phantom. I can't get my girl to sit down through an episode or two of any of this stuff. She really doesn't watch a lot of TV. Converted my wife into a science fiction fan and a shooter. I need to know your secrets, Phantom. And the dead rise. Now we have a ship full of zombies. That didn't take too long. It would have took Bones the entire episode. Just gotta show them that it's fun. Only reason she got out of shooting was she picked up a busier hobby. Didn't give up her Signo. I'll try that, Boomer. Yeah, like that was really gonna work.
Great quote. Been talking to Ash.
Yeah. Yeah, they do, Phantom. And thank you for not finishing that Chumbawamba quote. Yeah, that's a little creepy. Yeah, I wonder why they aren't taking headshots. The only thing I can figure is that it was too expensive for them to actually go through all the makeup to and the special effect to have the headshot. Then, of course, it takes effect on her right away. Well, Harper's gonna be eaten by a zombie.
This is still a million times better than the movie I watched yesterday. Here we
Which
go.
movie was that?
I watched Ridley Scott's Conquest of Paradise. It's a
Ouch.
Columbus movie. I think YouTube's edit of it might be really weird too. It had
Yeah.
physical damage on the print as well.
Ridley Scott really isn't the guy you associate with historic drama.
No, actually, he has a real obsession with it, right? Think about it. He has that Kingdom of Heaven movie. It's several The Last Duel, Robin Hood. There's a bunch of historical Ridley Scott movies. He usually manages to make a fairly exciting movie. This movie is just a confusing drag, and it suffered from the same problem of all Ridley Scott movies when he does history, at least. Ridley Scott has taken out a little bit of woke insurance on his scripts. He's already in good shape because he made Thelma and Louise and all that other stuff, but
Oh, I'm glad someone found something good about this episode, Phantom. Personally, I'm not much for those unless it involves a ring full of jello.
whoa.
I know that seems like a lot of time for something to go wrong.
When Ridley Scott does history, his woke insurance is this. Cool stunt. We didn't see the whole thing, but start out all right.
Yeah.
When Ridley Scott does a history movie, like when two ethnic groups or two religions clash, he removes everybody from blame except a few people who mislead and deceive people or have their own agenda and trick everyone into having a battle. You know what I mean? So everyone's pretty cool, including your enemies. If not for a few bad actors on both sides, everything would have been fine. Or in this
Well, I
case,
guess that's the best he can do. Poor Kevin, not a great actor, but lost his career due to being a religious conservative. Could keep doing action stuff. He did all right after this. Started his own production company. Has a lot of the independent Christian films.
he's in Meet the Spartans.
He's not hurting for cash, that's for damn sure. But it would have been nice if they did have that generation of action star. Both him and Vin Diesel were pretty big in the early 2000s, but they both fell off dramatically. Sorbo because of the whole religion conservative thing, and Diesel got stuck on the whole Fast and Furious crap.
But I guess we should just say, like, he may have been a little bit like Kirk Cameron in this one, where he was like, you know, I will not play this character if they don't live a godly life, and it's like, I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Didn't he have them? Like, he had enough power to have this character changed because this show really needs him. And to be honest, his change to this character helps this character because he would have just been a cheap Kirk otherwise.
yeah.
It gives this character another dimension. If he's trying to provoke a physical confrontation, like, I would never follow someone up a ladder they could just drop on me.
Well, they are zombies, so not that smart.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. I'm also sort of a zombie.
Diesel had pretty good movie prior to hitting big, A Man Alone. Yeah, he was also in the Riddick franchise, which was his big break.
Are we talking about Vin Diesel?
Yeah.
I think
He
there's
had a
finally
couple
going
of
to
good
be another
parts, and
Riddick
then
movie.
they've been planning it for like 3 years now.
It's not going to be big budget.
Yeah, it's not. It's mainly him doing the production.
That has not stopped him.
Yeah, I think his career got pretty sidelined by all that money they gave him for the Fast and the Furious movies, and none of those movies were quality.
I don't think that he got a lot of money for him. I think the deal is this: he had a speculative amount of money. He got a bunch of other people to agree to be in it for a certain amount of money and a certain amount of back end. He made the first movie for almost nothing. It was a hit. It made a bunch of money. No one had seen anything like it for a while. It was pretty interesting and a novel movie format. And then, like, that one made a decent amount of money with very little laid out. So by following that schematic, I'm pretty sure he has been the production company for every Fast and Furious. So
Yeah.
So here's the deal: he doesn't have a career. He's just if he doesn't make Vin Diesel movies, there'll be no Vin Diesel movies.
Yeah.
I will say this: he's made enough movies now, and he's been around enough, and he's respected enough. This is going to sound really fucked up, but you know what? If Vin Diesel's acting range has kept growing, because he was always pretty good, he's actually a halfway decent actor. There are Bruce Willis roles that might be suited to him now.
Yeah, he would do great at Bruce Willis roles.
The
He
ones
could
that
have
were written with
been
Bruce when they were
his
50.
generation's Bruce Willis. Unfortunately, he got addicted to making a whole bunch of money off of stupid Fast and Furious movies, which
I think the deal is
unfortunately he
once
made a
took
lot of
that
money
on,
off
it
of.
was all yeah, once he took that on, it was all his time too, right? Like it makes a lot of money, but you got to really, really, really hustle, and you really have to, he's like he somehow raises the money for the next one while getting, you know what I mean? And like it's
Yeah.
sort of an
Oh, he
unendorsed
had
car
no.
movie from a car movie maker's point of view.
Yeah, he had no problem getting people to pay money for that though. Those movies were making money hand over fist, and he couldn't keep the investors away.
Which is why the quality goes up a little bit as they go on, but the movies still aren't as good. But they have like
None of
a
those
higher
movies are any
quality
good.
stunt scene. The first
Every
one's not
Fast
so
and
bad.
Furious, yeah, first one's not so bad comparatively, but as a whole, the franchise sucks. But they all make tons of money for some ungodly reason.
He was a decent triple X, but no one wanted to accept him as that.
Yeah, no one liked that movie. That's sort of a
It wasn't his
extreme
fault.
version of James Bond. It wasn't a great concept.
Yeah, but he's in the sequel. Like he's donutted by the other guy, isn't he? It's Ice Cube,
No,
then him, then Ice Cube, or is it the other way
it's
around? It's him,
him.
then Ice
It's
Cube,
him, then
then
Ice
him.
Cube, then him.
This is a franchise designed not to have a star. They had to go back to him because the second one failed. They had to go back to he's in the third one.
Yeah, because it's him, Ice Cube, then him, because the Ice Cube one completely tanked.
It's not hard to see
Oh
why,
yeah,
is it?
I forgot about that, Boomer. We
What's
got
that?
Katie Sackhoff boobs in the third Riddick movie.
Oh, she shows him. She
That's
shows
what
him.
Boomer says. Yeah.
Are they the 2.0s or the Fun Bag 1.0s? She had a moment there.
Yeah, Downey Jr. didn't get much for Iron Man 1, but he's making it up on the back end now.
Everything that's happened to Jon Favreau and all the Jon Favreau stories we've gotten since then have essentially convinced me that the stories of Robert Downey Jr. asking for limited reshoots to change the tone of the movie because they got it wrong might just be true. Because we've seen some stuff from Jon Favreau lately.
Oh yeah, it's sad about Bruce. He was starting to go, and then his management team just decided to throw out the show pony as much as they could until he fell apart.
How does family not know?
Apparently, he was hiding it from his family for several years there. The only people who knew was his agent.
He might have put that plan into place when he was more sound of mind. That at the last round, go out with a round of bad movies to make it stock up as much money. I'll say this: in those really, really bad movies, it's not the Bruce Willis people are going to remember anyway.
Yeah, he did a bunch of movies for Amazon that they threw like $500,000 to $1 million at him. He just wanted to have a stockpile for his kids.
I think it was $1 million. He made like 7 movies in like a year. And for a minute there, Red Letter Media was having a good old time teeing off on the movies because they made no sense to be Bruce Willis movies. And it was attention like that that brought public the statement from his family. Who knows how much longer that, because at the point that some of these movies were made, there's no way people wouldn't have known. You could see in his performance or lack thereof.
Yeah. That
You could
sometimes
see
you don't see stuff that close to you.
it was messed up, like that people used him, but like I guess at the same time, like it's what he wanted. I'm glad he got what he wanted. But I feel bad for him. Aphasia, I believe, was what they said,
Yeah.
which is a symptom, not a disease. But it's only a symptom of a couple of things, and all of them are really terrible.
Knockaround Guys was a decent film. I'm
Yeah, it
not
was.
too critical about TV and movies as long as I'm entertained.
We
Yeah,
have to
but
be a
some of
little more
those,
critical.
yeah,
Our
some of
job
those
is here to
last
be a little
movies
more
he
critical.
was,
Oh, they're not entertaining. It's cringy, especially once we
yeah,
found out why. You don't want to. No one's going to watch those movies. Believe me. Now that we know, they might come on by mistake. You don't want to see like his vengeful cop show movie where, and it's obvious because the thing is, he can only sit around and answer questions. So the whole movie is just built around him answering in the affirmative. He can say yeah. It had gotten to that point, and it was just like, yeah,
yeah.
and
The
they feed him
remake
another
of
line.
what was that one he remade in I think 2014? Forget what it was. That is the last okay performance he is able to do. After that, let's see. You can see it somewhat in Glass too in 2019, and
That final M. Night Shyamalan movie he does, yeah, you can see something's going.
yeah, that is Glass.
Possible. Yeah, it's possible something's going on. It's sad too because we love Bruce Willis and like, what's wrong with him? And then to find out how bad it was obviously even more upsetting.
Yeah, there's a couple Detective Night movies. He did. Wow, he did a lot more of these cheapo movies at the end than I thought.
Yeah,
Survive
it
the
was
Night.
that was the pure puzzling nature of it. The and I guess they always play that game where they watch really really bad movies, like known bad movies, and then they have to like whatever, like the object of the game is to review the movie, like whether the game is set up or not, I don't know, but they play that game where they have to watch and review a movie, and sometimes it's an instructional movie from like Walmart, but they all knew this director from that and other like just seeing bad media, and like they were just like, this guy's the king of horrible movies, and they showed like all of the guy's IMDb, and he was like not just talentless, but it's like you had to ask yourself why he would keep on making movies.
Let's see here. Katie keeps pretty fit. Before she started doing interviews, her YouTubes had a lot about how she kept in shape. Oh, I didn't know she did YouTube.
I didn't know that either. By the way, I'm going to keep the sound down so there's no bleed over. But them New York Yankees are leading in the fifth inning against the Cleveland Indians.
It looks like you're going to get your Subway Series.
Well, the Mets got to do their part, but I got they have to win this game too. Fifth inning with one run is not much, but it does look like we can kind of handle these Guardians. And I'll say this: I'm 3% American Guardian.
So you're covered either way.
Yeah, I'm like, I was surprised when that came back in the DNA test. Not completely surprised, but surprised because I was like everything. But with that one, I was just surprised. It's really low, but when I did the math, like first of all, it would be crazy for me to like try to identify as that. It would be nuts. It was low, but when I did the math, it was still 900 times higher than Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have more of that DNA in me than Elizabeth Warren.
You might have it.
Well, the average American has several hundred times more than she does.
I'm going to be honest. I bet you that when DNA tests came out, that was the fastest growing group of people, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of people got like a 1% back and they like bought a dream catcher and they're like, yeah, I'm a native. And became insufferable.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I know some of those people.
Yeah, I was just like, that's shocking. That's shocking. And then it was also like a slightly higher amount, but still not a significant amount African American. I guess because now I live in America, right? So African.
Yeah.
That one surprised me. What can I tell you? I'm an alien. So watching Conquest of Paradise was a lot of fun. It was like this Italian guy leads a bunch of Spanish guys to the New World, and it's just like he's sent there by Frank Langella, Dracula. He when he gets there, he finds it from a mosquito. So hey, Sithan, he finds it because a mosquito bites him, and I think the mosquitoes are like, I, I think that they're old world. I don't think
Hey,
it's
Dan.
like there's so many bad history mistakes in there, and compression, and just like bad editing. The movie was scarred. There was parts missing from the cut I was more familiar with. It was badly. If this was the theatrical release, that movie was just a wreck in theaters. And he reuses his locations in like two other movies. I recognized two of the locations right away. I was like, oh shit. It's like even he just wanted to forget about this movie. He convinced himself he hadn't used that set before.
First time I saw Bruce was in Miami Vice. I never really did watch Miami Vice.
I never
Yeah,
watched
they're
much of it,
just
but it was a decent show.
squeezing money out of him there at the end.
It's very possible that what was just said is true. That it was kind of abusive. I don't know. It's up to them. It stopped. It stopped a couple of years ago. What's sad is all money has stopped too for Bruce Willis, and
Yeah.
like we liked him.
But he got what he was looking for. He saved up a pretty big chunk of money for his kids, and
This
now
was
he
his
can live
goal.
out the last of his years in a care home.
He mostly achieved his goals.
Yeah. It's not like he was starting from scratch.
No, but I think in fact, I think he had a 4 or 5 year countdown. So I think he was slowly getting his affairs in order and trying to, I think he stopped like having an exorbitant lifestyle or whatever. He realized he couldn't live like a Hollywood celebrity forever. He just wanted to stay in his little home. In his, he wanted financial security apparently, and he wanted a little something for his family too. So he went out and made money as best he could at the end.
Yeah.
Because I think he has other kids who don't have anything to do with Demi Moore, and I don't know that Demi, like, where does Demi Moore get money from?
Well, she took a good chunk off of Bruce Willis when they got divorced. And she took a good chunk off of
Ashton
what's his name?
Kutcher?
Ashton Kutcher.
Is that?
because she
Really?
had money. When they were together, she had money that she wasn't making money.
Right.
He was still making money, so
He had
he
to
had to
give her,
fork over a
yeah.
bunch of cash to get out.
For those of you guys who don't know how it works, it's like if you come into a marriage with an asset, that's yours and it gets yours when you leave. But like unless you're married for like a pretty long time, and they were only married just so long. I don't think like a lot of the laws about vesting your income and stuff were I don't know how much it kicked in. What was it, about 8 or 10 years they were together?
Oh, less.
So at any rate, because she had some money and Ashton Kutcher had income, her money stayed her money. Bruce Willis gets out of his alimony, but now Austin Kutcher's got the alimony and he has to keep her in a lifestyle similar to what they had. But she is like we said, she really isn't making money. We don't know where Demi Moore's income really comes from. She doesn't seem to have an income. She was in a bunch of movies. Her career starts to have like a big moment. Few Good Men probably starts her in a big direction. She's in a Ridley Scott movie. She's in G.I. Jane, which is just not so great. But whatever, we got Viggo Mortensen in that, so it's not terrible, but another Ridley Scott movie that just doesn't kind of make sense. And then I believe that when she had like the ability to control the 3 movies she was in, they were all failures. It was like a movie with her and Bruce Willis that didn't work out. Romance thriller. They weren't they're not together in it either. I don't think they're like he's married to like Glenn Heady. Remember her?
I don't think so.
Glenn Heady was like Harvey Keitel's wife for a while, I think. She's in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Is it Headley? I don't know.
Teague and Dracula must be good friends or enemies, given they are both hundreds of years old.
No, you know what? He plays his games. I play mine, Sithan. Yes, it's true. You know what, Vlad? Great guy. I was at the palace many times. But yeah, you don't want to be there when he's in a bad mood. I had the ability to leave. So, fortunately for me, I knew Vlad, but we never went crusade. We never went vengeful crusading together or whatever it is you call him doing. Because he's after that, but not too much after that. He was one of the better immortals. If he hadn't,
Yeah, if he didn't have that little addiction of his.
well, I mean, yeah, we all have our issues, right? Like, I have to get rid of all the other mortals before I can have children.
Please don't remind me of the source. That was a horrible, horrible way to end the franchise.
What happened? The Blue Alien Admiral tells him, "Good job."
That's when they find a veteran. And no, you didn't miss it. Fifth Stand, that's still a few episodes away.
No, so we're saying it kind of ruins the series, doesn't cease with that event.
No, it doesn't cease with that, and it's just a throwaway because people were wondering what a veteran actually looked like. They've described it in somewhat detail several times, and then that is one of the big questions. What is a veteran and what does it look like?
He's a Phantom Bloomer explains. He says he's 49% Welsh and a mix of German and Scandinavian. Yeah, never apologize. It's not your fault. That's why we watched Conquest of Paradise. It was called Ridley Scott's Columbus Day Guilt Trip, and it was just like, let's watch this movie and set the record straight. But the thing is, they cut out even some of the worst things in the movie. Like, I think it wasn't the theatrical release. Like, he recruits his crew at a jail. because it's such a crazy journey. No one wants to take it. And so it's like the movie's meta is prison gang leader Columbus comes to the new world, you know?
Well, yeah, you
'Cause
have to have someone dumb enough to get on that boat.
well, here's the thing. Like, look at his men. Look how he's his weird, right? So it's just like he has this weird relationship with history, and it's always changing, right? And at the same time, like Ridley Scott, like he doesn't want to call anybody out and make anybody too bad. So it's like he has to have a non-anti-hero, non-hero central character, and like so Columbus is reduced to central character. And so central character has conflict and central character goes place. But like the edit on there now, the part where they're trying to cross the Atlantic, yeah, it's a little rough. It's tough, but like we do it all in like 3 scenes. Like it's like takes like a minute. Like, hey, we are. How do you like that? It's kind of
It
easy.
seems rather rushed,
There were certain
considering they
things that
almost died, and they mutinied. What was it? Twice?
I think so. He makes an inspirational speech and the wind kicks in and the horns kick in, and it's just like, oh come on. But one of the weirder things in the movie was because of when it was made, there's a few people who simply have mullets in it. Like they have machine cut hair, but it's long. And Ridley was just okay with that. So a few of these people, it's just like, yeah, they look Italian, but they look like Italian American from like 1980. And it's weird. It's such a weird movie. It's bad. And like he doesn't want to make anyone look bad too much. And it's like so like the people who get quote unquote discovered, they get a total pass. They didn't do anything wrong, right? But like the movie does point out, they already knew about war. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
leaves, and they didn't get war from the Europeans. When he leaves some of his guys behind, and like a war breaks out. Best way I can put it.
Yeah, and let's face it, they all had heard of the Aztecs.
Well, that's later. He never gets to the mainland. And I think he dies believing that he had found China still, right? But the movie doesn't really dwell on that. And then, like the last part of the movie, it just makes no sense. He spends like a half hour in jail talking about this, and then they get enough money to bail him out. He's in jail for just not having enough money. But so many things you wouldn't expect from a Columbus movie. Like he walks in there and starts talking to the fathers of the church after he's talking to these monks and stuff, and the monks know the deal with the world. They know it's round. They have a pretty halfway decent idea of how big it is. And when Columbus goes to argue with the church to sail west, they're like, "Yeah, we know the world's round." Didn't see that one coming. You know what I mean? Because he got so much else wrong. Like, why not just make a better movie and be like, no, Columbus, the world is flat. So he didn't want to make the church look bad either. It was just a couple of egotistical people in the church.
Yeah, he that was half of his problem. He was still dealing with the whole Reformation thing, so things are
Columbus,
sort of broken up. Yeah, the whole schism with
Spanish
the Catholic
Inquisition's
Church.
going on.
Yeah,
I don't.
it
I
wasn't a
forget when
great
that
time
starts.
geopolitically in Europe.
I think he's just a little bit before the church fractures. I think that might be. No, you're right. It's happened during his lifetime. It's going on. We're fighting wars over it.
Yeah, because Martin Luther, that was maybe 50 years, 60 years. He died before Columbus. And that was a couple centuries of not too good times that he set off.
I forget how long it takes the seed to really grow. I think it's tearing apart Germany before it gets anywhere else, right?
That's where it started.
it slide loads into England real weird. Yeah, he's down in Italy and Spain where that doesn't really come in.
Oh yeah, that's because they took a rather unique approach to dealing with Protestants.
I don't know that they ever emerged. They had a problem with people who were like several other things. One that starts
Yeah,
with a J, and one that starts with an M. Only way I can put it.
yeah, but the Inquisition had basically the same way to deal with you, no matter what you were. You're not
Unless,
Catholic. The Inquisition did what the Inquisition did.
oh, you had to be a pretty perfect Catholic too.
Do you miss Dracula since Van Helsing raised the stakes on him?
Yes. Yes. You know what? When I was saying we're doing a very good job of showing the stakes in this movie, someone was burning at a stake when I said it. I was like, and we have people at stakes in this movie. It's like right as I said it.
But Dan, I have it on very good authority. Van Helsing did not kill Dracula. He just put him in a room and he waited for his descendant to turn him into basically her killing machine. You know what I'm talking about, Fifth Dan. Yeah, Fifth Dan will understand that one.
Oh, the Guardians have caught a Yankee leading off base, Germ. Oh, he looks like he might be safe. How do you like that?
Get off your stinking asses, Guardians. You have one little job. Stop the Subway Series.
There is, well, I mean, the Dodgers can have a say in that too. Game 1, they blew the Mets out 9-0, but then today the Mets got them like 9-5 or 9-6, like, and those runs were late and desperate, like in like late inning situations. Like it was going to be, they're going to score, but it was going to be controlled most likely. And that Met team is now starting to seem like a team of destiny, to be honest.
I don't care which one of them does it, but one of them has to.
So you're saying you could accept a Yankee or a Met World Series, but not a Yankee Met World Series?
I prefer neither, but I know the odds that at least one of them are going to do it.
What if neither of them make it? Should they play each other anyway?
If neither of them make it, I'll go to church and fall on my knees and give whatever money I have on me to the collection plate. Bloody good and gory cartoon show, Hellsing Ultimate. Yeah, the Ultimate one is definitely the best version of that. I think I've seen 3 different main cuts they have of that.
Wow, we have a Yankee. Oh, we have a baseball game in. By the way, replay review. We haven't done anything. We're just watching replays over and over at league headquarters in New York, where the Yankees would never have any influence.
Gee, I wonder which way this is gonna go.
You know, to that point though, how come the Mets can't get a call then? They don't take the commissioner out to dinner.
Yeah, as it goes, they're too busy being buttered up by the Yankees.
Oh, that was a good hook slide. I don't know though. He looks out to me, sadly. We need an aerial cam.
I'm surprised they don't have that. Just
We'd
like
have
a drone hovering just a couple 100 feet up.
What would happen is you would have to give players something like a looking earpiece so they would know to charge out of the way if it fell, and that would just inhibit their play. I think drones are still like considered too unreliable to hover for like over a game, or to have 4 or 5 of them, and they're loud. They're loud.
Yeah. That and kind of be a little dangerous if someone hit a line drive right into the drone.
I think someone got killed with a remote control a radio controlled airplane hitting them in the face at a Jets game. So now like aerial stuff at like a radio controlled aerial stuff at a football or baseball game or anything like that in New York is like sort of highly controlled.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Since, yeah, you don't have any roofs on any of your stadiums out there, do you?
Why would we?
Oh,
This is
yeah,
where
you have great weather over there.
Well, the thing is, we this is where most of the sports were kind of invented or came to be accepted, right? Like we're in a part of the country that was settled early. There's a baseball league here. There was a football league that was like here in Chicago and other places that have terrible weather. So baseball and football were meant to be played outdoors in the Northeast United States. Yankees are up by 4-2 rather. Yeah, baseball was meant. If the sport was invented to be played outdoors in your area, and you're in that area, you should play it outdoors.
Yeah, probably.
Well, like I understand why Texas probably has a stadium with a covered roof. You know what I mean?
One of them does.
I don't think the Astros have that stadium anymore. Are both Texas stadiums outdoors now?
I think the new Texas one or the new Astros one does have a roof. I know the Rangers one is still open air.
What a nightmare! It's like 110 degrees in Texas. Who would want to go to a baseball game in July?
I have no idea. I wouldn't want to go to freaking Texas in the middle of December.
Nothing against Texas, but it's hot there. I'll tell you this: in the middle of July, in a New York baseball game, it's like 85 degrees. It's not horrible. You know what I mean? Like that's about as hot as it gets.
Yeah, it's bad, but it's not fried to death in your seat bad.
Yeah. Also, all the weather in New York is now bad too, so we got that.
Okay, I think we should probably wrap it up there. Gorilla should
Good
be
idea.
starting here in about 5 minutes.
Have a good time over there.
Teague, what do you got coming up?
I'm going to be on later in the week. I don't know when. I'll be making a video. I'm not sure when. So watch my channel. I'm Admiral Teague, Saving Star Trek. I got stuff coming up. The only thing we know for sure is that this Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States, we will be watching the next episode of Star Trek. It's called Shuttle Pod 1. It's Enterprise. On the next exciting episode of Star Trek Enterprise, Shuttle Pod 1. Florida Man and Malcolm get stuck in a shuttle.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And they spend the whole time talking about Paul's bum.
They get drunk. They get drunk. And then they get a bit toxic, so to speak.
Hey, if you got to freeze to death, that's how you want to freeze to death.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, we'll be back on this channel Thursday night for a Nerd Night Roundtable. Saturday morning cartoons this Saturday. The poll's still live for that. But for right now, head over to Grill Cigar Lounge. That should be starting here in a minute. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Take care.
Bye.